Hello my crafty companions. In this video today I'm going to show you how to sew on a button. Here we are. We're going to upcycle this very nice jacket we got a while ago from the charity shop. We don't like those buttons, so we're going to have these ones instead. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the big buttons there, and we're going to put the little buttons on the pocket flaps. Right, so I always wear a thimble. Let me tell you about this thimble though. Many years ago, like late 70s, early 80s, I began training as a military tailor at RAF Cranwell, and that thimble was handmade for me all those years ago, and I've still got it. And can you see there's no top on it? That's because a tailor pushes the needle that way with the thimble. Anyway, I favour these Pony brand needles at the moment that have black shaft, white top. And what I've done is I've already threaded my needle, but I've got a double thread through the eye of the needle, and I like using Gutermann sewing thread because it's a nice tight twist and super smooth. Right then, I've already tried the jacket on and it fits me nicely. Even the sleeves are long enough. So let's snip off these old ones. Interestingly, the buttons have been sewn on exactly how I'm going to sew them on. This is a Burkatex jacket, so it may have been made in this country. Right, oh look, they've even put a little mark where the button should go. There we go. Right then, oh, need to get the new buttons off the cards. So these are Vogue star buttons. They're a very nice brand. And here we go. Right, needle and thread. And this is how I start. I've put a small neat knot. So double thread through the needle, small neat knot at the end, and I loop it through like that to fasten it. And here we go. Once through the holes. And I hold it at a slight angle like that. So once, twice. Don't pull it too tight if you get a knot in it. There we go. Well, that's showing you how I deal with a knotted thread. You just pull it back on itself until it unravels. So that's twice through. that's 3 times through, 4, 5, and then I wrap it round once, twice, 3 times, push the needle through to the back, and you can't see probably can't see, but the stitches are going like that, and I'm going to over sew them. And I'm also going to catch in those threads that I pulled when I cut off the old button. That's it. Now then, I'm going to tie a small neat knot like that, snip it, and that means I've got the knot ready when I do the second button. So there's the little mark from before. Loop the thread through to hold it secure, and start sewing on the button. So I fold the edge of the jacket, hold the button there, and we went through 5 times for the other button. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we wrapped 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Push the needle through to the back. And over sew the stitches so it is nice and secure. Put a knot through, snip. That's a bit too long, so we'll snip a bit of that off. So that's those done. Now we want to sew on there. So 1 button, 2 buttons, now then, need to find the middle. So we fold the pocket flap in half. Button needs to be about, so half of the width of the button, it needs to be sort of from the edge. So there we go. Loop in our thread and start sewing on the button. Now these buttons won't have any tension on them, they're not real pockets on this jacket, so we're just going to go 3 times through, like that, and I'm not going to wrap the thread round because I don't want these buttons standing away with there, you do need them to stand away so that it makes it easy to get the buttonhole over. So I'll stitch 3 times through, gone to the back. You can see better on here. There, look, that's where the threads are. And I'm going to over sew the threads at the back to make sure the button is nice and secure. So tie a little knot. So that's the button on that flap. And now we'll do the other one. Again, fold in half, find the middle, put the button against it. So half the width of the button away from the edge. Loop the thread through and we stitch through the button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Push our needle through to the back. Thought I felt a bit of pressure there. There we go. So, knotted thread happens to the best of us. And over sew the back. 1, 2, 3. There we are. So how easy was that? And whoops, my name's fell off. Probably need to pin that on for next time we do a video. There we are. Let's hold that up. And there you can see. Doesn't that look smarter? That looks really nice. I'm pleased with how that looks. So there we go. So that was a nice charity shop find. Put that there. So if anyone wants to, if anyone unscrupulous tries to use my video as their own, they'll have to edit that bit out. So there we go. How easy was that? So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, because that lets YouTube know that these kinds of videos are interesting. And if you've got any advice for me on how I can make these videos nicer, or if there's any particular subject you'd like me to talk about or give an instruction for, I'll be more than happy to do it. So there we are, a nice little jacket upcycle from Marina at the Haberdashery.